Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Tuesday. If you are new here, welcome. So, Diddy's former employee, Capricorn Clark, testified today. She is the 17th witness called by the prosecution. She was the only witness who testified today, so it was pretty long, I believe at least 6 hours. So Capricorn's testimony confirmed that Diddy was physically abusing Cassie, we all know, but she also revealed some things that Cassie may have lied about. So in this video, I'm going to lay out everything she said during her testimony. You will want to stay until the end because Capricorn's testimony is very revealing. So Capricorn Clark, the former director of marketing for Diddy, said she has been involved in the music industry since shortly after graduating from high school when she landed an internship with Def Jam Records. She said both of her parents died shortly after that, which meant she had to start life a lot earlier. So after Def Jam, she said she worked for Death Row Records, which Suge Knight then managed. Around 2004, she started working for Diddy at Bad Boy Entertainment as his personal assistant. After briefly leaving in 2006, she returned to work for Diddy in 2007 as a director of marketing for Sean John Women's. She said she became a global brand director in 2008 before being terminated in 2012. She then worked as Cassie's creative director from 2016 to 2018. On her first day working for Diddy in 2004, Capricorn said he took her to a empty Central Park with his security guard sometime after 9 p.m. to issue a stark warning to her since she used to work with Suge Knight, who was also the dad of her best friend's kids. Capricorn told the jury, "He told me that he didn't know that I had anything to do with Suge Knight, and if anything happened, he would have to unalive me." She testified that the security guard stood by silently while Diddy threatened her. She said she told Diddy at the time, "We'll just have to see." She testified that she felt she couldn't convince him that she was trustworthy at the time and said could have been more transparent about her employment background. When Capricorn was Diddy's personal assistant, she testified she heard him discuss guns once. Capricorn, Diddy, and his then manager got into an elevator after Diddy did an MTV event that also involved rapper 50 Cent. Diddy told his elevator companions he had an issue with 50 Cent, and after further conversation, Diddy said, "I don't like all the back and forth. I like guns." Capricorn said Diddy's demeanor was very serious. One time, Diddy accused Capricorn of stealing diamond jewelry that was on loan to him from a jeweler. Capricorn had been assigned to hold the jewelry as they traveled from New York to Miami. She realized the bag holding the jewelry was missing before they got to the airport. Diddy went on to Miami, leaving Capricorn with a security guard who questioned her for hours and then searched her apartment. The next day, the security guard picked her up from her home and left her in a locked, vacant office space with another man who administered a lie detector test on her. Capricorn testified that the man told her at the time that if she failed the test, they are going to throw you into the East River. She described him as very wide, but never learned his name. At one point, the men administering the test told her she needed to calm down because the results were inconclusive. "I'm not getting a good reading. You need to calm down, or you are going to be in the East River if I can't get a reading on this." I couldn't calm down, she said. Eventually, one of Diddy's security guards took her home and picked her up the next day to repeat the same process. Capricorn testified she was taken to the same vacant office building for questioning with the lie detector for 5 straight days. She said she did not want to do it, but thought the lie detector was the only way to prove her innocence. Capricorn said she did not report the incident to the police because she worked under a non-disclosure agreement. So after the 5 days for tests, Diddy security told Capricorn she could return to work. Capricorn testified that Diddy never asked her what she was doing those 5 days, and he never mentioned the lie detector test to her. She said she didn't know if the jewelry was ever found. She says she typically worked from 9 a.m. until 4 a.m. as Diddy's personal assistant without breaks for meals. Diddy told her that if she failed to complete any task, she would lose her job. She said that on a good night, she got 4 hours of sleep and developed stress-induced alopecia. Capricorn says she made $65,000 annually at the time. At one point, a human resources representative from Bad Boy presented Diddy with a sheet that calculated what Capricorn was owed for overtime, $80,000 for a 3-month period. Capricorn says Diddy ripped up the paper. She was never paid for the overtime. She testified that when Diddy traveled, his rooms were usually reserved under the names Frank Black or Frank White. The name Frank Black was a reference to Notorious B.I.G., who had a nickname of Frank White. She says, I would unpack all of his clothes and shoes and personal belongings and put them in their place. According to Capricorn, Diddy traveled with a toiletry bag containing drugs and a camera box which had 4 cameras along with a small bottle of baby oil and a small bottle of lube, drugs like ecstasy. Capricorn said she would also bring candles to provide lighting in the rooms. After Diddy's stay, Capricorn said she would sweep the room for anything left behind. After one of his stays in the Intercontinental Hotel, the room was left covered in baby oil. She said she sometimes saw damage to the rooms. I could see handprints left on the wall. It was just a lot of baby oil everywhere. It wasn't just necessarily on the wall. Capricorn testified that she saw Diddy doing ecstasy and Molly about once a week, in addition to prescription medication. Diddy's drugs use increased over time. A man called One Stop usually provided the drugs when they were in Los Angeles, and the drugs usually were delivered to her or to Diddy directly. Diddy asked her to get him ecstasy fewer than 10 times. She says she saw Diddy offer drugs to his friends and girlfriends. During a trip to France in 2006, Diddy asked her to get cocaine, and when she asked Diddy who it was for, Diddy responded that it was not for him. Capricorn then had the security guards obtain the drugs. Capricorn also would get prescription drugs for Diddy. Sometimes the prescriptions were made out to her, and other times they were made out to Diddy. Capricorn recalled a time when Diddy had 100,000 euros that he made from club bookings in Europe. She says she personally counted the cash and believed Diddy kept it in his personal safe in his bedroom. She recounted a time she was at Diddy's Miami home in the summer of 2006. She said when she arrived, Diddy told her, I don't care what goes on this weekend. You are not to leave this house. Diddy later directed Capricorn to escort a guest to another location in Miami. And she said she stayed for about an hour before receiving a call from Diddy asking where she was. Capricorn said when she returned to Diddy's home, he told her, see, your problem is you want a life, and you can't have that here. And again told her not to leave the house. The following day, Capricorn said she told Diddy's chef, I hate it here. And the chef relayed that to Diddy. He immediately looked at me and said, you hate it here? And he charged me, Capricorn testified. She said Diddy began pushing her and demanding she get out of his house. Capricorn said Diddy pushed her about 30 yards, using about 75% of his force. Eventually, one of Diddy's security guards intervened by telling Diddy to stop and telling Capricorn to go pack her belongings. Capricorn testified she left her job after this incident because it was crossing my boundary. She said she returned to work for Diddy after a 2006 incident at his Miami home, but not directly under him. Capricorn testified that she accepted the director of marketing position for Sean John Women's Line because she didn't have to work directly with him. She said, I didn't want that close proximity in his personal orbit like that. In 2011, Capricorn was also managing Cassie as her creative director. Capricorn said Diddy had final approval over everything, including Cassie's physical appearance, all of her looks, each of her songs, and every event she went to, and every opportunity Cassie could or could not take. She said Diddy would withdraw his support when the two was fighting. Capricorn testified about Cassie dating Kid Cudi in December 2011. Capricorn, Cassie, and Kid Cudi sometimes would hang out. One time, Cassie texted her asking if they could pick up Kid Cudi, and Capricorn told Cassie to delete the text message because Diddy paid for both of their phones. Capricorn said she was very concerned about Diddy finding out about the relationship between Cassie and Kid Cudi. Capricorn then took Cassie to Best Buy to buy a burner phone. One day in December 2011, Diddy showed up at Capricorn's home, banging on her door. According to Capricorn, she could see through the peephole that Diddy's pants were split up the inseam from the knee upward, showing his underwear. When she opened the door, Capricorn saw that he was holding a gun and was furious. Diddy, entering her home, said, "Why didn't you tell me?" and asked her about Kid Cudi. Capricorn testified that Diddy, still holding the gun, told her, "Get dressed. We are going to go unalive him." When she tried to protest, Diddy said, "I don't give a F what you want to do. Go get dressed." Capricorn said that she was afraid, and this was the first time Diddy had been to her home in Los Angeles. Capricorn said Diddy was livid, furious, mad at me. I had never seen him with a weapon. I had never seen him making me do something like this. She said she and Diddy got into the backseat of a car that one of his security guards was driving. The gun was in Diddy's lap. They drove to Kid Cudi's house where Diddy and the security guard entered the home. Capricorn said she stayed in the car and called Cassie on a burner phone. She testified that she told Cassie that Diddy had come to her house with a gun and then gone to Kid Cudi's house to kill him. She said she then changed Cassie's contact name in the phone to the name Stormy so Diddy would not know she called Cassie. Capricorn said she could hear someone yelling, "He's in my house?" in the background when they were on the phone, and Cassie told her she was with Kid Cudi. She warned Cassie that Kid Cudi should not face off against Diddy. Capricorn testified she told Cassie, "Cassie, stop him. He's going to come get himself killed." Cassie said she could not stop him. Capricorn testified she understood Kid Cudi was on his way to the house. When Diddy got back in the car, he asked who Capricorn had been talking to. He called Cassie's burner phone, which was the last record in Capricorn's call log. Diddy, furious, said, "B, what the F is this number?" A short time later, Kid Cudi pulled up next to Diddy's Escalade outside his home and then drove off. Diddy's vehicle followed Kid Cudi. It felt like forever, but could not have been longer than a minute, she testified. She says she, Diddy, and his security guard went to a nearby nightclub. Diddy directed Capricorn to call Cassie and tell her that he has me and that he's not going to let me go until I come get her. On the phone, Cassie responded that Capricorn should come get her. Diddy then said she and Cassie needed to convince Kid Cudi to not tell the police that Diddy was involved in the break-in at Kid Cudi's home. According to Capricorn, Diddy told her, "If you guys don't convince him of that, I will kill all of you." Capricorn said that after Diddy broke into Kid Cudi's home, she approached Cassie, who was still with Kid Cudi. Capricorn told him, "If you tell on him, he's going to hurt us all." Cassie responded by asking her, "Do you really think he will?" Capricorn said Cassie then went with Capricorn to Diddy's Los Angeles rental home. Diddy in a robe and underwear and immediately began kicking Cassie. Capricorn said she and a security guard stood by as Diddy repeatedly kicked Cassie. Capricorn said Diddy threatened to hurt her too if she tried to stop him from hurting Cassie. Capricorn said she left after the security guard told her to leave, and Cassie was still on the ground while Diddy continued to kick her. Capricorn said that she called Cassie's mom, Regina Ventura, as she left the property. She testified telling Cassie's mom, "He's kicking the ish out of your daughter. Please help her. I can't call the police, but you can." Regina Ventura said she would handle it and hung up. The jury again saw the email Cassie sent Capricorn and her mother on December 23, 2011, under the alias Veronica Bang, referencing the threats from Diddy to Cassie and Kid Cudi. Capricorn testified she can't remember if she responded to the email. She said arson investigators reached out to her in 2012, asking her to make a statement about an arson incident involving Kid Cudi's vehicle. Capricorn said she hung up the phone and did not provide a statement. She says, "I wanted this whole thing to be over." Capricorn added that she never discussed an arson incident involving Kid Cudi with Diddy. After the events of late 2011, she testified that Diddy would angrily ask Capricorn why she did not tell him about Cassie's brief 2 weeks relationship with Kid Cudi. One time, Diddy told her, "I should kill you, bees, and I should cut her face." Capricorn estimated Diddy threatened her about 50 times between December 2011 and the following summer. After the December 2011 incident, Diddy told Capricorn she could not be friends with Cassie. They could only see each other for work. Capricorn testified that her relationship with Cassie changed after that. Capricorn also said that in early 2012, she informed someone in human resources in Harv Peer, the former president of Bad Boy Records, about the kidnapping incident and how Diddy wanted to kill Kid Cudi and beat Cassie. Pierre just told her, "That's crazy, but it's going to be okay." Capricorn said she was fired in August 2012. She said she was still being sent work while she was on vacation. So she told an HR employee that Diddy was mad at her because she did not tell him his girlfriend was cheating on him. She said she was terminated shortly after. She was accused of improperly taking vacation. She said after she was terminated, Diddy told her that I would never work again, that he would show me that all these people weren't my friends, that he would make me kill myself. Capricorn testified that she received a settlement through Diddy's attorneys over wrongful termination allegations in the fall of 2012. She did not disclose the amount on the stand. Though she was fired in 2012, Capricorn returned to work for Diddy as Cassie's creative director in 2016. Capricorn had not been able to find other work, and she wanted to try to get her life back. Capricorn reported to Diddy, and he approved all of Cassie's projects. Capricorn testified she noticed an increase in Cassie's drug use during this time. Capricorn left the position in 2018, and that was the last time she worked for Cassie. She testified that she retained attorneys in 2023 after Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy. Capricorn said the lawsuit traumatized her because Cassie did not mention her at all in the lawsuit. Capricorn met with attorneys for Diddy in April 2024, and they spoke about the possibility of her working for one of Diddy's companies again. She said she wanted her life back. Capricorn never heard from Diddy's attorneys after that. Capricorn testified that she has not spoken to Cassie since 2018. Then, Diddy's defense attorney, Mark Agnifilo, began cross-examination. Mark Agnifilo began by confirming with Capricorn that they had met before. Agnifilo, Tanny Garagos, and another attorney for Diddy, Jonathan Davis, met with Capricorn, who brought an attorney and a friend with her on April 10, 2024. Agnifilo asked Capricorn to confirm that she told the lawyers at the meeting that Diddy would not be in this mess if he had kept her around. She acknowledged she probably said something like that as they discussed the possibility of her returning to work for him as his chief of staff. She also told the lawyers at the meeting that Cassie was not good for Diddy. The attorney who accompanied Capricorn to that meeting was Brian Friedman, the well-known entertainment lawyer representing Justin Baldoni in the ongoing litigation with Blake Lively. Returning to that meeting in April 2024, Mark Agnifilo suggested that she was told it would be impossible to hire her amid the ongoing criminal investigation into Diddy. She said she did not remember that being said. She testified that she met Diddy around 2002 through a mutual friend shortly after she moved to New York City. She said her relationship with Diddy was 1,000% platonic. Capricorn said Diddy took ecstasy in the early stages of their relationship, and his drug use increased over time. Capricorn testified she texted Diddy in June 2021 and said Did you ever know that I had the biggest crush on you before I started to work for you? We hung out all the time. I played it super cool. I don't think you knew. I just knew for sure that you liked to have me around. Capricorn testified she does not remember saying this to Diddy, but recall reaching out to him in 2021. It's unclear how Diddy responded to the text. Is it just me? Or was she trying to shoot her shot at Diddy in June 2021 with those texts? She is gross. Not after all that with, oh my gosh, okay. She was asked if she called Diddy Chalk for chocolate. She says she did. Ew, chocolate? Chalk? Hey, Chalk. Ew. Prosecutors said that they are so far ahead of schedule, their case is likely shaping up to last 5 weeks instead of the 6 weeks they originally estimated. Yay! Capricorn testified that she and Cassie started to develop some issues around 2008. Capricorn was asked why didn't she think Cassie was good for Mr. Combs. She says because she thought they were toxic. She was asked when did she first meet Cassie. She said with Ryan Leslie. Remember, Ryan was her boyfriend at the time. She was asked why didn't she get along with Cassie sometimes. Capricorn explained that after Cassie moved from being an artist under Diddy's label to dating Diddy, she said she got a little bit more bravado, meaning bold. Being his girlfriend, the longer it lasted. Cassie thought I was paid to help her. She went from being a sweet model to being a feisty girlfriend. Capricorn was asked about Cassie's talent as an R&B singer. Mark Agnifilo asked Capricorn if she thought Cassie was very talented. Capricorn responded, I think she had talent. Capricorn told jurors that Cassie had talent but was not very talented. I think she had talent and was a very beautiful girl, but she was not talented. I have good taste. Capricorn clarified she thought Cassie was a studio artist who needed her voice equalized and engineered and was less of a live performer. Oh my goodness. She says, talented to me was Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. Cassie, she was more of a studio musician. She needed things equalized, meaning auto-tune. She testified that Cassie's live performances were not great. She said Cassie performed live a couple of times but was not great. She was asked if Cassie was a hard worker. Capricorn says at times. She then was asked when wasn't she a hard worker. She responded Cassie preferred to be with her boyfriend. When we moved to LA after Kim had the twins 2009-ish, I saw her developing more of her relationship with Puff, with Mr. Combs. When she returned to work for Cassie in 2016, Capricorn said her drug use was preventing her from the opportunities that were before us. She says Cassie had an addiction problem. She was asked if Diddy supported Cassie. Capricorn testified that Diddy made sure Cassie had access to top-tier industry professionals that create stars, including producers, choreographers, and stylists. Capricorn says Cassie had more attention and resources than other artists signed with Bad Boy, especially at the beginning of her career between 2007 and 2012. She says, from my point of view, the lion's share of Bad Boy was on Cassie in that first block of time, referring to a time period between 2007 and 2010. New artists like Machine Gun Kelly and French Montana were getting a lot of attention at Bad Boy around 2012. But Capricorn Clark said Cassie seemed to be getting the same amount of attention. Capricorn said that even though Diddy took a step back around 2016 and 2017, she believed Cassie still had the same support. Capricorn worked for Diddy again as a creative director for Cassie in 2016. Capricorn helped create a new look for Cassie to show off at the MTV Video Music Awards that year that required Cassie to dye her hair neon yellow. Mark Agnifilo asked Capricorn to confirm Cassie was on board with the look and had a say in the decision. Capricorn testified that she presented the idea to Cassie, who liked it, before telling Diddy about it. Mark Agnifilo explicitly asked Capricorn to confirm that Cassie was not forced against her will to dye her hair, which Capricorn did. She testified that she first learned Cassie and Diddy were getting to know each other around Thanksgiving in 2011. She said that Kid Cudi came to her apartment to hang out once, sometime after Thanksgiving. Capricorn said that about a week before the alleged kidnapping, she picked Cassie up from Kid Cudi's home after she spent the night there. Capricorn said she understood at the time that Cassie was in a relationship with Diddy. She told an agent from Homeland Security Investigations that Diddy came to her door with a building security guard the morning she says he kidnapped her to go to Kid Cudi's house in December 2011. On the stand, Capricorn repeatedly denied saying that and maintained that a security guard was not with Diddy. Capricorn testified that Diddy demanded a security guard to let him into the building that morning, and the guard was fired soon after. Mark Agnifilo suggested Capricorn voluntarily went with Diddy to Kid Cudi's house in December 2011 because she did not want him to do something stupid. Agnifilo suggested that Capricorn told him and attorney Tini Garagos this at the meeting with attorneys in April 2024. On the stand today, Capricorn maintained that she did not want to go with Diddy. She says, "I went because he told me that he did not care that I didn't want to go." Agnifilo asked if it was possible that Diddy would do something stupid because he's a jealous guy. "I wouldn't use the word jealous," Capricorn said. "He has a very bad temper." Mark Agnifilo questioned Capricorn on how Diddy and his security guard got through the gate surrounding Kid Cudi's property. Capricorn testified that she was not sure because their backs were to her and she was not paying close attention to what they were doing. "I was praying that Kid Cudi was not inside there." Mark Agnifilo challenged Capricorn repeatedly as to whether she told Cassie and Kid Cudi that Diddy had a gun when she called him from outside Kid Cudi's house. Capricorn insisted she told him about the gun at the time, speaking very quickly so Diddy would not see her on the phone. "I said, Puff came to my house with a gun. We came to Kid Cudi's house to kill him. And then I heard, they are in my house?" She testified Cassie had the call on speaker with Kid Cudi so she could hear him yelled at. Capricorn said she called Lauren London for about 30 seconds for her own protection before she called Cassie. Capricorn was outside the house while Diddy and his security guard were inside. "She was like my sister at the time, and I just wanted somebody to know where I was." Wait, so Lauren London and Capricorn Clark are not real sisters? So Capricorn started choking up and says, "He was in the house, and if he did get killed, I just needed somebody to know where I was in case this all went really bad." After thinking about it on the stand, Capricorn said it's possible she had Lauren London on a three-way call with Cassie. She testified that she can't remember whether she called Lauren London separately from Cassie or spoke to them at once in a conference call. Diddy would periodically come outside the house, but his security guard stayed inside, according to Capricorns. Capricorn started crying as she looked at emails she sent Diddy in 2014 and 2015 asking him to forgive her. She testified earlier in the day that although she was officially fired in 2012 over a vacation she took, she believed Diddy actually fired her because he was upset about her knowledge of Cassie's relationship with Kid Cudi. Capricorn was asked by Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, what she was doing in August 2012. She testified she once went on a vacation with singer Rihanna in August 2012. Interesting. She said she felt like she was a protector for Diddy and he didn't have anyone looking out for him without her on staff. That email is me pleading like, dude, let it go, she testified through tears. She said she was hurt because she believed at the time that Cassie wanted her fired. It also bothered her that she believed Diddy only hired her again in 2016 because Cassie wanted to work with her. So then, Mark Agnifilo wraps up his cross-examination. Then prosecutor Mitzi Steiner begins the redirect examination. Under redirect examination, Capricorn Clark said that the settlement she reached with Diddy after her 2012 firing required mutual non-disparagement and that Diddy signed a letter of recommendation for Capricorn. She testified Diddy never signed a recommendation letter. Capricorn says she could not get a job in the industry after that. She also said that in a meeting that she thought was about possible employment with executives from Interscope Records, they told her to leave Diddy alone and it wouldn't end well for her. Capricorn testified that she continued to look for work through 2015 but was not able to find a new job in the industry because she was blacklisted. She said she was not able to find steady work in the entertainment industry, so she started consulting. At this level of business, he holds all the power as it related to me. So, throughout Capricorn's testimony, Diddy has remained cool, displaying little reaction as he sat calmly at the defense table in a navy blue sweater with his hands folded on his lap. It has been reported during Capricorn's testimony, she often patted her eyes with a tissue, and she seemed to look away from Diddy. But as she was leaving the courtroom during the break, she looked over toward his direction, clenched her jaw, and nodded. Interesting. Also, Diddy's mother and his sister were inside the courtroom. And during the short break, Diddy's mother kissed defense lawyer Nicole Westmoreland on the cheek. What's that all about? I know that's Diddy's lawyer, but kissing them on the cheek during the break in the courtroom? What? And the kids were not there today. They haven't been there for like a week or so because, yeah, it's sickening to have your kids sit there and hear all these disgusting things that they already know about their fathers, but still, Hey, the daughters have not been there, but the sons, they have been coming around, but not today. Today was just the mother and Diddy's sister. She always come. She's always there. Look at Janice, the mother. Look at Diddy's mother. She is 84 years old. Look how she's dressing. She loved these blonde wigs. Now she got a short little blonde wig. She got these bling bling sunglasses. Oh my gosh, this is an 84-year-old. And she's supposed to be testifying too. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is man, this case is a freaking mess. And I can't wait for this to be done because now they're saying it's not going to be 6 weeks, it's going to be 5 weeks. So good. They are on time. That's good because this case is draining. It's just, oh my gosh. Anyway, you guys, that is all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new updates. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.